My name is Taylor, or also known as the Happy Little Yogi. This is my very first YouTube video. I will be offering yoga tutorials for people who aren't able to make it into practices themselves. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start in child's pose, sending our knees to the width of our mat, bringing our big toes together to touch, sinking our bottom down onto our heels, and then we'll extend our arms out long. We'll land here with the forehead down for 10 deep breaths in and out through the nose. We'll stay for our next inhale. On our next exhale, we'll begin to walk both of our palms over towards the left side of our mat, ending with the right hand on top of the left, giving a nice side body stretch through the right side of the body. Take one more deep breath in here. On our exhale, we'll come back through center, extending the arms out long, landing in traditional child's pose for just a moment. We'll take a deep breath in, and on our exhale, we'll begin to walk our palms over towards the right side of our mat, ending with the left palm on top of the right. We'll take one more deep breath in together. We'll come back through center one more time for a traditional child's pose. We'll take a deep breath in, rocking up to all fours, finding a space in between your hands and your knees that are about hip-width distance apart. We'll start with a neutral spine, and on an inhale, we'll bring the gaze forward for cow pose. Exhale, we'll tuck the chin, arching the back. We'll take a deep breath in, bringing the gaze forward for cow. Exhale, tucking the chin, arching the back for cat. One more deep breath in, bringing the gaze forward. We'll exhale, tuck the chin, round the back. Taking a deep breath in, coming to a neutral tabletop position. Finding some movement in the wrist and the heels. Maybe turning the wrist forwards and backwards, just to get a little bit of love to those places. We'll take a deep breath in, and we'll extend the left leg back. On an exhale, we'll send it over towards the right side of our mat, bringing our gaze over our right shoulder. We'll take a deep breath in, extending that left leg back, and then setting it back down into our neutral tabletop. On an inhale, we'll extend our right leg out behind us, taking a deep breath in and then sending it over towards the left side of our mat, bringing the gaze over the left shoulder if that feels okay. We'll take a deep breath in, bringing that right leg back. On an exhale, setting it back down for our neutral tabletop. We'll take a deep breath in, planting the palms, tucking the toes, and then sitting the hips high for downward facing dog. Finding as much movement as you need here in your downward facing dog, pedaling the feet out, swaying the hips side to side. We'll take 3 deep breaths in here. We'll take 1 more deep breath in, and on your exhale, we'll begin to tiptoe our way to the top of our mat. We'll take a deep breath in, bringing our palms to our shins and our gaze forward for a halfway lift. On our exhale, we'll begin to fold forward, bringing the palms to the earth. We'll take a deep breath in, reaching the arms all the way up for extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands through heart center, bringing us down to a forward fold. We'll spread the feet out just slightly, about hip-width distance apart, grabbing onto opposite elbows and gently swaying side to side for ragdoll. We'll take 1 more deep breath in. On our exhale, we'll plant the hands. Take a deep breath in, we'll halfway lift, palms to shins, gaze forward. Exhale, we'll plant the hands, step it back into high plank position, lowering slowly down with a 90-degree bend in the elbows, sending the chest through with an inhale for upward facing dog, and then sending the hips high on your exhale for downward facing dog. We'll take 1 deep breath in and send our right foot forward for warrior 1. We'll reach the arms all the way up. On our exhale, we'll open out to warrior 2. Finding a bend in the front knee, and your back left foot should be parallel with the back of your mat. Bring your gaze forward over your front fingertips. We'll take a deep breath in, flipping our front palm. We'll reverse our warrior, bringing our left hand down to our left thigh and our right arm up towards the ceiling. We'll take a deep breath in. On our exhale, we'll come forward for side angle. Sending the right arm to the thigh and the left arm above. We'll take a deep breath in, standing all the way up. Straightening the front right leg. We'll begin to hinge forward at our hips. On our exhale, we'll bring the right arm down and the left arm up towards the ceiling for triangle pose. One more deep breath in. On our exhale, we'll begin to come back up through center, keeping our arms into a T, but turning our right toes towards the left side of our mat. We'll take a deep breath in with our hands on our hips. We'll begin to fold forward, grabbing onto whatever is available for you today. You can plant the palms on the mat. You can grab onto opposite ankles. You can clasp the hands behind to open the shoulders, or grab onto opposite elbows if that feels good. Remembering your breath here, in and out through the nose. Gently rocking back and forth on the balls of the feet, and then ultimately ending with most of your weight in your heels. We'll take one more deep breath in, bringing the gaze forward for a halfway lift. We'll exhale one more time, sending the crown of the head towards the earth for one more wide-legged stretch. On our inhale, we'll place our hands on our hips and begin to stand all the way back up slowly. We'll bring our feet back together to touch. We'll meet at the top of our mats. We'll take a deep breath in, bringing the arms all the way up. Exhale, we'll forward fold, hands through heart center. We'll take a deep breath in, palms to shins, halfway lift. On our exhale, we'll plant our hands, stepping our high plank. Lowering with a 90-degree bend in the elbows. Inhaling for upward facing dog. And then sending our hips high for downward facing dog. We'll take a deep breath in. On our exhale, we'll step our left foot forward, standing up, taking an inhale, warrior one on the left side. Inhaling, exhale opens you out to warrior two. Bringing your right foot parallel to the edge of your mat. Your gaze should be forward over your front fingertips. We'll take a deep breath in, flipping our front palm, reversing our warrior, staying for our inhale, and then our exhale brings us forward, bringing the left arm to the left thigh and reaching the right arm up above for extended side angle. Two more deep breaths in. On our next inhale, we'll come back up through center, straightening the left leg. We'll take a deep breath in, we'll hinge forward. On our exhale, we'll bring the left palm down and the right arm up towards the ceiling for triangle pose. We'll take one more breath in. Stay for our exhale. We'll come back up through center, turning our left toes towards the right edge of our mat. We'll take a deep breath in with our hands on our hips, and then on an exhale, we'll begin to fold forward. You have the same options as before. Planting the hands on the earth, grabbing onto ankles, finding a bind behind the back, whatever feels most comfortable for you and your body today. We'll plant the hands, taking a halfway lift on an inhale. On our exhale, we'll fold one more time, bringing the crown of our head closer to the earth. We'll take a deep breath in with our hands on our hips and begin to stand all the way back up, making our way back to the top of our mats, shaking our legs out. We'll make our way onto a seat. You can sit either facing the top of your mat or turn to the side so that your legs have some cushion. We'll come into a wide-legged seat. We'll bring the right foot in first. We'll take a deep breath, reaching the arms all the way up. On the exhale, we'll twist and begin to lower down, grabbing whatever is available for you today, making peace fingers and sliding them in between your big toe, or wrapping your hands around your foot and pulling yourself just a little bit closer to the knee. We'll take one more deep breath in. On our exhale, we'll pull ourselves just a little bit closer. Our inhale brings us back up. We'll send the right leg out long, bring the left foot into the right thigh. We'll take a deep breath in, reaching the arms up. On our exhale, we'll twist slightly towards the right, grabbing onto whatever is available, making your peace fingers, sliding them in between your big toe, grabbing onto the thigh, whatever it is that you can reach, and then pulling yourself down just a little bit closer. Take one more deep breath in. On our exhale, we'll begin to fold forward. We'll come all the way back up. We'll turn back onto our mats, bringing our feet together to touch for butterfly pose. Feel free to stay right here if that feels good. If you'd like to go just a little bit further, you can thread the arms underneath of the legs, clasping onto your feet, and then pulling yourself as close as you can to the earth. Take one more deep breath in, folding just one more time on our exhale. Coming all the way back up on an inhale, keeping the legs just as they are, scooching forward maybe just slightly, and then reclining yourself all the way back into Supta Baddha Konasana. Arms can go out long, one hand can go on the heart, one hand can go on the belly, or you can reach your arms up above, grabbing onto opposite elbows. Taking a few moments to yourself here to acknowledge all of the work that you've put into your practice already today. One more deep inhale, lingering at the top for just a second before sending out a long exhale. We'll bring the knees up, placing the palms The feet on the mat, bringing the palms back down. We're gonna go into pigeon. We'll take pigeon on our backs today. So we'll go ahead and keep the left foot planted into the earth, and we'll bring the right foot crossing it over, so the right ankle will go on the right knee. We'll begin to lift the left foot off of the mat. If that feels good, hovering just right there, feel free to stay. If you'd like to find a bit more of a stretch in the right hamstring, you can either grab onto the back of the left thigh or grab a hold of the left knee and pull it in closer towards the chest. Hanging out here for 5 deep breaths in and out through the nose. We'll take one more deep breath in together. On our exhale, we'll plant the left foot down, sending our right foot down beside it. Shaking the legs out, windshield wipering them from side to side for just a moment. Coming back through center. This time we'll plant the right foot down, bringing the left foot up and over, making that figure 4 shape. Sending the left ankle to the right knee. We'll begin to lift the right foot up. If that feels good and you want to stay right here at the hover, please feel free. If not, grab onto the back of the right thigh or the right knee and begin to bring it in as close as feels good for you. Again, we'll hang out here for 5 deep breaths in and out. Remembering that your breath is just as important as any posture in a yoga practice. Take one more deep breath in together. Stepping our right foot down on our exhale. We're bringing our left foot down beside it. And again, windshield wipering the legs back and forth just a few times. We'll go into our supine twist. So we'll extend the left leg out long. We'll send the right knee into our chest, and we'll scooch our hips over towards the right side of our mat just a little bit. We'll take a deep breath in, and we'll begin to send the right knee over towards the left side. Ending with the arms in a cactus shape, and if it feels okay, bringing the gaze over towards the left. Towards the right. Take one more deep breath in together. On our exhale, we'll come back through center, extending the right leg out long, bringing the left knee into our chest, scooching the hips over towards the left just slightly before sending the left knee over towards the right. Again, we'll cactus the arms, and if it feels okay in the neck, you can bring the gaze over towards the left. take one more deep breath in together. On our exhale, we'll come back through center, extending the left leg out long, reaching the arms above head for a nice full body stretch. We'll kick the feet up, grabbing onto the outsides of the feet with our hands, rocking gently side to side, back and forth for a happy baby. We'll take one more inhale together. On our exhale, we'll drop the legs down, sending our arms out long for our final resting position. The eyes completely closed or the gaze heavy. Hands can be out by your side or one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Melting completely into the earth. Shavasana. Just as you are, we'll begin to bring some subtle movements back into the body, starting with our fingers and our toes, eventually working our way into a full body stretch, reaching the arms above head, taking a deep breath in, and then making your way onto your favorite side for fetal position. And with as much grace and gratitude as you showed yourself during your practice today, begin to help yourself up into a seated position. We'll meet at the top of our mats in a seated pose, eyes closed or gaze heavy. hands at heart center. Acknowledging all of the work that you put into your practice today, whether it was your first yoga practice ever or something that you were trying to get better at doing. Showing up for yourself on your mat is the biggest step. We'll take a deep breath in together, exhaling out. We'll bring our thumb knuckles up to our third eye. I am grateful for you guys and you willing to be open and practicing with me on your mats. I hope that we can do this together again soon. Together we will bow and share the word Namaste. Thank you guys for following me and taking your first flow. Questions, comments, feedback are always welcome. As always, please feel free to share this with your friends. If you need anything, you know how to reach me. Thanks so much and have a great rest of your day.